Right, if this happens to you, you can have a little cry and feel bad for yourself, because this is the first past paper I've seen in ages where they have two finance things in one past paper. It's really rare. It will only happen where they'll give you like a break even and one of the other ones. I don't know why they do it, but anyway. So we've got to do the break even graph. But let's first of all get all the easy marks out of the way. So the first thing is give an example of a variable cost and explain why your cost is a variable cost. So this is, for example, you say any variable cost you can think of. So a variable cost would be, what's a variable cost? Could be like, let's say it for David and John. Okay, their variable cost could be, I'm going to say shampoo. But they'll let you say anything really at this point. So it literally says any suitable variable cost will get you 1 mark. And then you've got to then explain what a variable cost is. A variable cost is a cost that changes with output. And that'll get you the 2 marks. Okay. Now, let's go on to this next bit. And it says, complete and label the break-even chart opposite by drawing total revenue and total cost lines. That's all they want you to do. Now, they say you can use that grid below. We're not going to use a big grid below. We're better than that. We're not going to waste our time doing a grid. So instead of doing a grid, we're just going to do it the easy way. So, first of all, you've always got to pick out the numbers that you'll need to be able to do this graph. So there's fixed costs at £300. That's one number you need. And each guest will cost them £5 per night. So that is the variable cost per night. And they're going to charge £20 per night. So that's their selling price. So with those 3 numbers, you can do everything you need to do with this. Right, so first of all, I'm going to draw the easiest line. I'm going to draw the fixed cost line. And that's 300, because that's what it said over here. 300. And we know with fixed costs, they don't change with output, so I can just put 300 straight across. Well, I'm going to go the quickest route of doing this, right? Variable cost is £5 per night. How much would it be if he sold, if they didn't have any guests? They'd get 0. So it starts with 0. But rather than plotting all the way across, I haven't got time now to plot the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25. I'd much rather go right to the end. So I'm going to go straight to the 25 point. I'm going to say if they were to have 25 guests, what would be his variable cost? Now if it's £5 per guest, basically, per night, that means it's going to be 25 times 5, which is 125. Now, it's really important, and you're not going to want to do it, but just to work out how many dots there are between each one. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 dots between the hundreds. So each little block equals 10. So it'd be 110, 120. Well, I'm here. Oh, no, I'm not. I am. Here's where I'm going to have my line go across. So I'm going to have it go across like that. Now, obviously, you're going to use a ruler, and you're not going to do what I did and draw it badly like I just did. Right, so I've got my variable costs. I've got my fixed costs. There's one more cost that I need, and that is total costs. So, to get the total cost line, what do you have to do? It's the variable costs plus the fixed costs. That's what total cost is. So you know at 0, what's 0? I'm going to do little arrows to make it easy for you. What's 0 plus 300? It is 300. So that's where the total costs start. The next one I do is I look at here at 25. If they would have 25 guests, they would have 125 variable costs and 300 fixed costs. So what's that together? It'd be 425. So you know the point's going to go up to here, which is 425, somewhere along there. So I'm going to draw my line like that, and that is now my total costs. So if I know what my costs are, there's only one more line I need, and that is my total revenue line, and that will allow me to get break even. Now, we know before that, I'll go back to this sheet if I can. Can I? Yeah. He's charging £20 a night. So rather than plotting the whole way down this thing like we used to do, there's no point plotting 5, 10, 15, 20, go straight to 25. So if he had 25 guests, each of them paying £20, how much money would he get? So 25 times 20, that's 500. So I'm going to do my little dot at 500. Oops, sorry, that's not going to do it. And I'm going to draw my line going through that all the way back down to 0. Obviously it'll be a straight line for you, and that's total revenue. So where do they break even? Like, it's meant to be 20, but I've just done a dreadful line. So that's what I've got. But the answer is 20. Now they're very nice. If you got it slightly wrong, they will give you the mark. But what's the way? You might not want to do this, but there is a way of checking that you're right. And the way of checking you're right is to try and do the equation, which is fixed costs over selling price minus variable costs. So the selling price was 20, the variable cost was 5, and the fixed costs were 300. So it would be 300 over 15, and if you divide 300 by 15, you get 200. So you could do the equation if you wanted, just to try and get it right. If you do the equation, use the equation number in here. Oh, by the way, it's not 200, it's 20. Sorry. Yeah, use the equation number instead. Anyway, moving on quickly. How much profit will David and Jane make if the guest house is full? Right. So if it's full, that they've only got 25. 25 guests. Their revenue at that point is 500. As you can see up here, their revenue is up here, but their costs are 425. So that means their profit at that point would be £75. Now, if anyone's struggling with that one, I'm happy to answer your questions at the end.